Now that you've listened to the book Vertebrates, we're going to actually take some notes. So, what you need to do, you need to be on Science A to Z, and you also need a notebook. So, if you have a notebook or something that you can write in, make sure that you have that so you can take notes on the different groups of vertebrates. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to share the book. So, this is what you listened to already on Science A to Z. Okay, so the notes we're going to take are actually going to be on the 5 groups. Okay, grouping vertebrates. There's a very fancy word we use when we say we group vertebrates. It's called classify. 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 3 sounds. Classify is when you put something into groups. So one of the first groups of vertebrates is mammals. So on your piece of paper, you're going to want to write down mammals. Mammals. So I'm going to share another screen of mine. There we go. Super. So the first group we said, I'm going to go with orange. Mammals. Awesome. You can use colors if you want on your notes as well. So when I'm taking notes, I'm going to use the book that we read, Vertebrates, to help me take the notes. I don't know if you noticed, but in the book, we're going to go back to the book, it has a lot of what I call bullet points. So do you see this like circle? You call that a bullet. A bullet. It's a bullet point. 2 different words. Bullet point. This is like really important information. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to write down is the first one. Oh no! Mammals have hair on their bodies. Okay, normally the hair on mammals' bodies is called fur, but that's the one thing about mammals. They have hair on their bodies. Okay, some have fur, like a lot of hair. Some only have a little hair, like the elephants. So we're going to write that down. So I'm going to stop sharing this. We're going to go back to the other one, which will probably stay on, and we're going to add that. Okay, so I want to do a little line or a little dot. Oops. And we said, have hair on their bodies. Great. What else? I'm going to look back at the book. My book is not going to be shared anymore, I don't think. That way I don't have to keep going back and forth. But I am going to look at page, let's see. I think it's page 7. And I'm going to see the next point. Mammals are warm-blooded. Ooh, warm-blooded. I don't need to write out mammals are warm-blooded. So actually in my notes, I can just say warm-blooded. When I'm taking notes, I don't have to write down everything. I just need to write down what's most important. But warm-blooded, I don't know what that means. So I need to look at the book. Maybe it'll tell me. Their body temperature does not go up and down much when the outside temperature changes. So that's very interesting. We're going to come back to warm-blooded later because we're going to learn about warm-blooded today and cold-blooded. What is the difference between the two? Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my text and I'm going to find the next bullet. Mammals breathe with lungs. Okay, so how do they get in air or oxygen, what they need? They breathe through lungs. So I'm going to add that. Breathe with lungs. Okay. All right, next one. Mammals make milk to feed their babies. Okay, that's really important characteristic. Make milk to feed babies. Okay, another fancy way to say the babies of parents is offspring. Offspring. So that's another word for you if you wish. Like you are your parents' offspring. Okay. Next one. Hmm. Almost all mammals are born live. That means they're born alive. Most are born live. That means like when they're come out, they're not in eggs, they're alive. Okay, there we go. That's the main things we need to know about mammals. Okay, next one, birds. I'm gonna make birds blue. Okay. Birds. Like mammals, birds are warm-blooded. So birds are warm-blooded too. Warm-blooded. We really need to know what that word means, warm-blooded. Birds are the only animals with feathers. Okay, so they have what? Do I need to say they are the only animals with feathers? Or I could just say feathers. Okay, right, so they don't have hair, they have feathers. Right, I don't have feathers in my hair, do I? Okay, whew. I'm gonna see if there's any other bullets. Ah, they have wings instead of front legs. Okay, so they have wings. Most birds have hollow bones. Okay, so hollow bones, that's interesting. So later, I think we need to look up hollow bones and warm-blooded, because right now, those are the tricky words. I think those are some words we need to learn. Okay, next one. They have beaks, right? No teeth. They have beaks and they have no teeth. Wow, pretty crazy. So you can say have beaks. If you want, you can say no teeth. But the biggest thing is they have beaks. Ooh, they breathe with their lungs, yeah. Okay, so remember, I don't have to type all the words. So when it's time for them to have offspring or babies, they lay, yeah, they lay eggs. Okay, next group is fish. Ah! What color for fish? Okay, we'll make fish purple. Fish. They have backbones, right? Because they're vertebrates. Ooh, they're cold-blooded. The body temperature of cold-blooded animals changes with their temperature of the air or water around their body. Cold-blooded. All right. What else? Ooh, live in water their whole lives. Always live in water. So we can say always live in water. The only group to always live in water. They have fins. They have strong tails for swimming. Ooh, they have scales. Okay, that's like what covers their body is scales. We'll just say scales cover body. They breathe with lungs. No, they breathe with gills. So gills are breathing organs that take oxygen from water. Blood that passes through the gills lets out carbon dioxide gas into the water. Okay, so we can say breathe with gills, not lungs. Ooh, how do they have offspring? They mostly lay eggs, but some can give birth to live babies. Mostly lay eggs. Some can give birth to live babies. Wow, pretty crazy. So right now, I might be going a little bit fast. So make sure you're just taking your time writing this down. And actually, because this is a video, you can What? You can pause the teacher. Yeah, you can pause the teacher. So if I'm going too fast, you should pause the video. Okay, actually, I paused myself. Haha. But you should pause the video and you can write down everything that you need, then you can continue on. So if I'm going too fast, just pause the video and then you can continue. Okay, so cold-blooded. Yeah, cold-blooded is a tricky one. All right, next group of animals. Reptiles. Ooh, yeah. I saw some cool reptiles in Australia. Okay. Ooh, they have dry skin. Ooh, with scales. So they also have scales. Dry skin with scales. They are cold-blooded. So if they're too cold, they sit in the sun to warm up. If they're too warm, they go in to cool off. Okay, cold-blooded. They breathe with lungs. Yeah. Let's see. They lay eggs. Ooh, but their eggs are not as hard as bird eggs. Rattlesnakes and some other reptiles give birth to live babies. So it seems like they mostly lay eggs. Ooh. Some give birth to live babies, like the rattlesnakes. That's a North American thing. Ooh, baby reptiles look like their parents from the time they hatch or born. That's important to note. So they look like parents from the time they are born. Normally, when you're saying you're born, that means you come out of your mom alive. But normally, if we say hatched, that means you came out of your mom in an egg, and then with a few days or some time, you came out of the egg. But none of us are like that because we're humans. Humans don't come out as eggs. Okay, there we go. Last group. Amphibians. Okay. What color for amphibians? Red? No red. Are you sure? Okay, we'll go with a different color. We'll go with black. Amphibians. All right. Ooh, they live in damp places. Damp means like wet. It's like wet places. They have smooth and moist. That means like wet skin. Like, yeah, it feels kind of wet on top. They're cold-blooded. Okay. Ooh, they lay eggs that are covered with something like jelly. Ooh, that's interesting. But they lay eggs, so they don't give birth to live babies. Many baby amphibians are born in water. Wow. Okay, and they look different from their parents. Okay, most are born in water and look different from their parents. So if you've ever seen the life cycle of a frog, like frogs with their little babies, they don't look like little baby frogs. They look like some sort of fish, maybe. Ooh, how do they breathe? It says they breathe with gills when they're tadpoles. That means like little babies. As they grow and change, they lose the gills and they grow lungs. Wow, so some amphibians also breathe through their skin. That's pretty neat. So the young breathe through gills. Adult maybe breathe through skin. Wow, that's really interesting. Okay, so these are our notes. These are some things you maybe want to study and to learn. The two things that we still need to talk about are the cold-blooded and the warm-blooded. What does that mean? And the hollow bones. What does that mean that birds have hollow bones? So we are going to talk about that. We can actually add that, and these are probably some things that you want to study. So if it were me, maybe I'd make some sort of flashcard. Maybe I'd have the word bird on one side. Or maybe I'll make questions. How does a bird breathe? What kind of blood does a bird have? Like, what is a fish's body covered with? I would actually make questions for myself, and you can kind of make it into a game, and you can quiz yourself throughout the week. You need to learn how to classify or put animals into different groups. So at the end of the week, we're going to do some practice with, you're going to have an animal, and you're going to have to figure out what group is it in. So you need to maybe start studying the different characteristics or features of these different groups of animals. That way you can classify or put an animal into its right group. We're going to stop there for now.